afternoon, gang. It's actually Monday today. Looks like I'm like getting interrogated. Let's keep it like that. Let's keep it like moody. Welcome back. If you're new here, my name is... I was gonna think of a cool name. My name is Jesse. This is like an art channel where I document my artist alley. I document my journey into animation. I document my journey into a creative career. That's the goal. Creative career. I also show the process on drawing. I also just make like chill drawing videos. That's what today is. It's gonna be a chill drawing video. I have a commission from my homie John, who actually he commissioned me back at Anime Expo, but he wanted like a physical, he wanted something different than I usually do. It just took me a little bit longer, and I just remembered. I saw his folder on top of my closet and I had to go, I grabbed it. I was like, I forgot all about this. So today I knocked it out. Hopefully he likes it. I sent it to him. I'm uploading it as a video now because I recorded the whole process. Anyways, while you watch me draw, we're gonna talk a little bit. Let's change this angle up a little bit. So today's a chill video. Don't really have anything planned. I just want to talk a little bit about this commission. I had an idea. He told me draw whatever I want, and I'm just like, I'm gonna draw my favorite Pokemon. So I just drew 3 of my favorite Pokemon. I was gonna go crazy and just wrap it around, but time is like valuable, and I didn't have enough time to do what I wanted to do, but I was able to do actually a lot. One of the characters, I'm gonna spoil the drawing a little bit. You guys are probably just watching the Halucha part, but I drew Arrtx. I don't even know how to say the name, but I love this Pokemon. I love the design. Looks like Mega Man. It's Arrtx or Armorogue. I don't know. I might be saying it completely wrong, but I know they're like a newer Pokemon. But I didn't like the way the reds and the fires blended in with all the colors were red. So I was like, okay, this character, and then it's Cerulege. I don't know how to say their name either, but they both look like Mega Man, and I love the character design. That one's blue, so I was like, okay, I'll do the blue one, and it'll break it up a little bit of design. Ended up not working out, so I painted over the red one to make it blue, and I painted over the blue one to make it red, and it was just a big mess on my part. I did extra work I didn't need to do. But that's all I have to talk about that thing. It's just, also it's kind of hard to paint on leather and also use a pencil on leather. That was kind of tricky for me. But another thing I want to talk about is Lightbox is coming up. Well, this month, basically, it's about to be October in like 2 days. Today's Monday the 29th. So it's gonna be October. Are you guys going to Lightbox? I will be there, hopefully. Okay, I might be there Friday. I have to be there Saturday because guess what? Guess what I'm doing? I'm gonna be part of a panel, a Titmouse panel. I don't know if it's too early to be talking about this. I know if you go on the Lightbox website and you look at the panels, it says that there's going to be a panel on Sunday, which is weird because they told me Saturday, and I was asked to be on the Titmouse panel. It's what I thought. I thought it was on Saturday at 3, but I'm thinking they changed it to Sunday. I don't know yet. I don't know the exact times and dates. Things might change because they asked me if I could do it. I said yes, and I said okay, they'll keep me updated on timing and all that. I'm nervous. You guys know I have like social anxiety, bro. I remember I went to San Diego a month ago or 2 months ago, and I was going to a panel, the Titmouse panel, just to ask a question. I was like, just to get in line. My heart started beating fast. I was like, bro, I'm nervous because it's like a microphone in front of people. So I have like these little gummies I eat, like these like chillax gummies. I'm like munching them things, and I'm like, I started to calm down. And then by the time it was my time to even talk on the panel, they already cut off the line. Like I was like 2 people away from making it into the thing. So I worried for nothing. They asked me to be in a panel. I'm pretty nervous. I'm just supposed to talk about the mentorship, I think, in my experience, and I have ideas of what I'm gonna say, but I know once I'm up there talking, it's gonna all go out the window. I'm not gonna remember nothing. I'm gonna stumble on my words. If you guys are in that Lightbox and you want to maybe see me on the panel and hopefully not screwed up, please come by the Titmouse panel. I heard from Bobby Chu personally, which is crazy. Something else I want to talk about. Personally, he said panels are gonna be a little bit more easier to join. Like a lot of the panels, I think you don't really have to wait in line anymore. Like you just go into a lot of them, or some of them. I don't know about a lot of them. I know a lot of people were complaining the past couple of years where you have to do the ticket thing. You have to wait in line just to get a ticket to come back. It's like a whole thing. I don't know. I only did like 1 panel last year because I was too busy doing other things, and that's why I said go more than one day, please. But besides that though, I'm gonna also be a volunteer at the Titmouse booth on Sunday. I believe 12 to 3 is what my time is. 12 to 3. I'm not 100% sure. I'm gonna find out. But I'm super hyped about that one. We kind of had to apply to that too through our the recruiter. They sent an email. They asked all of us who wants to be a part of it and that they would choose. So I was like, okay, if I get to be a volunteer, that'd be sick. But if I don't, I don't. So I get to go to Lightbox basically for free. Like, they're gonna let me in for free, give me a free badge, a free volunteer badge for that day only. So if you guys are at Lightbox Sunday, come check me out at the Titmouse booth. It's gonna be sick. I have a feeling, because as an attendee, I went to the Lightbox booth and it's crazy, dude. So I don't know how Sunday's gonna be, but I know it's crazy. I went on a Saturday. It's crazy. We're going on a Sunday, and I'm just like, I'm nervous, man. I'm nervous. You guys know me. I mean, I feel like once I start to talk and I start to get to know you guys, it's easy to talk. But once the initial talking to you, going up to people, starting conversation, or it's just hard. Like, I remember our first day as mentees, right? We were all eating. I was just listening to everybody's conversations. I wasn't really chiming in. And then I feel like a lot of them, because I don't like scary movies and stuff like that, I feel like that's what they were talking, the topic they were on. Everybody's talking about like their favorite scary movie and stuff. I was like, I don't like scary movies. So I wasn't really saying anything. So I was kind of just like back to myself, just kind of like listening. But then I noticed the recruiter noticed me kind of like taking a backseat, and they kind of like threw a question at me for everybody to partake in a question to kind of change the subject. And then it was easy after that just to start talking to everybody. But initializing conversation, that's hard for me. I don't know how to do it. Even like when we're in conversations, I don't know when to like enter. Like, when do I add my insight or my words, or like, I don't know how to interrupt, because doing like a podcast and stuff like that, when we're talking, there's like a delay on the mic. So I feel like when I start talking and I accidentally cut somebody else off, I'm like, oh shoot, sorry. It's like hard, because I've done a live stream with a bunch of Nickelodeon. Now I think about it's crazy. When I first started streaming in 2020, I did a live stream collaboration with like five other Nickelodeon artists, and we're all drawing on Magma Studio, and everybody's just talking and laughing. And I would occasionally get like a joke in or a word in, but I feel like they were all like friends, so they all kind of like knew each other, and like I felt like I was interrupting every now and then. I was like, it's just hard for me. It's just one of my weaknesses, but I'm working on it. All right. Anyways, that's where I'll be, Lightbox, if you guys are gonna be at Lightbox, which is and now that I'm thinking about it again, it's crazy, because I don't know if you guys remember, 2022 was my first Lightbox, and I actually went to Lightbox and I had somebody recording me, not interviewing, but getting a portfolio review from the recruiter who ended up working at Titmouse later on. And we were talking, I was giving them my portfolio, and then they're just telling me stuff about my portfolio. And I didn't know, which is crazy to think about. 3 years later, I would be like, they would recruit me to the mentorship, and now they're recruiting me to a panel and volunteering. This year's been crazy. A lot of stuff's happened. There's like stuff I want to tell you guys about that I kind of don't want to say it, because I don't want to like jinx it, you know? But there's stuff like I've worked with a bunch of creators I've been wanting to work with for years. I got into that mentorship. Now I'm doing a panel at Lightbox. I got into San Diego Comic-Con. I got into Anime Expo. All that stuff's happening, but what's crazy, what I said, Bobby Chu personally told us that panels are going to be like easier to get into. What's Up Fandom, Josh, bro, brought me back for another podcast that comes out this Friday at midnight. He asked me to be on his Lightbox Expo podcast, which we just did like 3 days ago. But we did a podcast with Bobby Chu, and then also the creative, like the founder of Lightbox. I'm gonna just say Jim D, because Josh was saying his last name and I couldn't even say it, but it's Jim D. I think he said he also created Emerald City Comic Con, but I know he did Lightbox, creator of Lightbox, and he also has one coming up in Oakland in May. Anyways, we did a podcast with them, and it was just so crazy, like asked to be on that podcast, because Bobby Chu I've been watching on YouTube for years, like all his tutorials, and then going from like basically last year, 2024, all these years, just basically this year, just like, I don't know if you guys remember that video I made the day before like New Year's, where I was like putting on all my goals. We already knocked out all them goals, bro. It's just crazy being like that low, not knowing anybody, nobody reaching out for collabs, nobody asking me to be on. I told Josh, bro, this is the first podcast I've ever been on. I appreciate it so much. It's like nobody ever asked me to be on anything, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, it was just crazy not going from like being asked to be on like a Lightbox podcast with Bobby Chu, and also being asked to be on a panel at Lightbox, and then also volunteering at Lightbox. It's crazy, bro. But if you guys can listen to that podcast, it's gonna be out Friday at midnight. The Lightbox podcast with What's Up Fandom. Crazy. I hope I answered like their questions. I always think back afterwards. I was like, man, they asked me some questions. I answered them. Could I answer them differently? Should I have been more? I feel like I don't talk properly. I don't have proper grammar. I don't talk like I don't express myself properly, I guess you could say. I kind of like, I yap a lot. So I hope I didn't do that too much. I don't know. You guys have to listen to it, and you guys let me know. But anyways, another thing that's happened, a big thing that's happened. You guys are probably sick of me saying this all the time in videos, goes. I say it like, oh, something happened, but I can't talk about it yet. But when it happened, when it's confirmed, okay, we're closer to this thing getting confirmed. So I mentioned it all the way back in my San Diego Comic-Con vlog that somebody came to my table, offered me a job. I didn't really think anything much of it, and then they wrote me again and told me to apply, so I applied. And then after I applied, they're just like, hey, let me know when you apply so we could put our note in or whatever and let them know that you applied. So I applied. Didn't think anything of it, and then like 2 weeks later I got an email saying, can you do a phone interview? And I was like, yes, I could do a phone interview. So I did the phone interview, but then they emailed me again a week later and said, okay, we want to do a virtual interview. And I was like, okay, I can do a virtual interview. So we did a virtual interview with like a top person at this company, right? I'm not gonna say the company yet because I want to explain. So we did an interview. I feel like it was kind of rocky in the beginning. I feel like when people ask me, tell me a little bit about yourself, that's like my weakness, bro. Another weakness, I can't really talk about myself. I feel like, okay, I'm an artist from here. I do this and that. And it just sounds like generic, man. But I can never like think of anything on the spot. But then afterwards, it ends. I'm like, oh, I should have told them this. I should have said that. Anyways, I feel like it started out kind of rocky because they asked me to explain myself and I made it kind of boring. I was just like, oh, my name is Jesse. I'm a freelance illustrator from Central Valley. I've been drawing for this many years, professionally for this many years, and yeah, that's it. That's how I would end it. And yeah, that's it. I don't know how to end it. Anyways, so I had that interview, and then 2 weeks later, they wanted to do another interview. So I was like, what the heck? They really want me to like do another interview? So we did another interview with another person, and this time it was a person who I met at San Diego Comic-Con, and we just kind of just chatted. It was like not even an interview. We really were just like hanging out over like a Zoom meeting or something like that, and it was just chill. Didn't think anything of it. I was like, I wasn't sure. I wasn't even confident I was gonna get the job. I was just like, oh, it's a cool experience that I was even considered, right? Because this job, bruh, I'm telling you, I'm way out of I never would have thought I would have even have interviewed for this job, let alone got this job. I'm still tripping out. It still doesn't seem real to me. Like, I'm not gonna believe it until I walk through the doors. They give me my badge and all that. But I am scheduled my first day at this job, so I have to move for this job, and it's in LA. And they called me on Friday and congratulated me and said I have the job if I'm willing to accept it. And then they told me everything about the job. So they sent me an email telling me about the job, more about it, and still like not believing it really. I mean, I believe it, but I don't, you know, it's like, because I was telling my wife, like, a lot of bad stuff happens to me. Like, I get like the whole money, like the commission thing that's going on right now, that the guy wants a refund. I want to refund him because I feel bad. It's like a lot of money, but then again, it's like it was a deposit and I missed out on a lot of payment. I missed out on a lot of other people wanting to buy the commission, so now it's like I lost out on that. So I'm like taking it L. I take L's a lot of L's I don't talk about behind the scenes. So everything's like, I take a lot of L's basically. So like I don't believe, and I keep like thinking of all like the negative things that are happening, like that could happen, or it could be fake, or like I could just be getting scammed or something. I think about everything bad. I don't think about any of the positive. I just always think about the bad. And then my wife just explains to me that it's like, oh, you're used to taking so many L's. You're always like looking for like the bad stuff and everything. So I think that's what it is. Anyways, I got the job. I start on the 13th of October, which is 2 weeks from now. It's 4 days a week. So my plan is I'm going to drive out there, stay out there for 4 days, and come home immediately, 5 hours back, so I could still live in my hometown, because rent over there is like triple my rent over here. And I'm like, I don't know if I could pay that. But they sent me another email today with like all the onboarding stuff, like basically confirming that I do have the job. I'm still skeptical because it's like, I'm nervous I just get nervous over everything. I overthink everything. I'm always second guessing everything. I don't want to put I'm like still thinking once I show up, they're like, pranked you, and they pants me and push me out the door or something like that. That's the way I think. But just know it's something I've been working for I mentioned this in vlogs before. If you guys know deep lore, somebody actually that I met at a Comic-Con or WonderCon told me to reach out to this company, write their HR, tell them that I applied, this and that, and to get my foot in the door. But I never did. I applied a bunch of times, but I never hit up HR. And now it's like full circle, this company that I'm at. It's not an animation company, but it is a creative company. Like, I get to do art for this company. And I don't want to say who it is yet until I'm 100% in that door and I'm like there. So just know I have a creative job. I'm hoping. They told me that I wouldn't really be able to do artist alleys anymore because not only I would be so busy, but there's like something to do with like freelance work and all that. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to continue those. So I probably won't continue freelance or artist alley vlogs. Maybe, I don't know yet. I would have to talk to them. But I'm hoping I can still continue doing my weekly vlogs I'm hoping I can continue growing my Instagram and all that. I hope it doesn't take too much time for me. But I just keep thinking, like, the only thing I'm sad about is, like, I'm gonna be gone 4 days of the week. And I have kids, so it's, like, hard. And I could move my whole family out there eventually. But, like, my kids are already, like, in school here, established in the school here. And I know how it is switching school. I used to switch schools every, like, 6 months, and I hated it. And I don't know how the communities are over there in LA area. I don't even know if, like, what if I go to the job and then a year passes and then they start laying people off and I'm stuck or something. I don't know how it is gonna be. So I would prefer just have my family stay here, but I'm just like, man, I'm gonna miss 4 days a week of, like, I see my kids every day. So it's like, I mean, I live with my kids, like, but you know what I mean? Because doing the titmouse thing when I was only gone 2 days a week, that was hard. But anyways, I'm rambling. Once I get 100% in that door, I will let you guys know what it is. I'll update my LinkedIn, I'll update my Instagram. Just know it's crazy. It's something I've been working for forever, and I'm finally in, and I'm at, like, a crazy position I never like, you know, people climb the corporate ladder. I, like, trampolined up the corporate ladder, basically. It's trippy. Trippy is, like, I say a lot, but it is trippy. But thank you guys for being part of the journey and being here watching me. I feel like YouTube was a big part of helping me finally get a creative career. It's like the artist alley thing is just a big part of it. Talking to people is a big part of it. I stepped out of my comfort zone. That's a big part of it. Because a lot of times I do things, I second guess it. Like the Bobby Chu thing, when we did the podcast, 10-30 minutes before, I just finished my phone interview with this company and I was running late to that interview. So I was like, oh, I'm probably not gonna make it. Let me hit up Josh and be like, hey man, I'm gonna be a little bit late. But my wife was like, nah, you'll make it. Just tell him you're gonna be a little bit late. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna be a little bit late. So I ended up making it like 20 minutes before. But usually I would just, like, since I was a little kid, if something goes wrong, I would just back out. Like school, if I was 10 minutes late, I wouldn't go to school for the whole day. Sometimes if I miss like a one day out of the week, I would just not go for the rest of the week. And there's stuff like that. I still kind of do that kind of stuff, like where I'll be like, oh, I'm kind of late on this like YouTube upload. I'll just upload it tomorrow or something. But then I'm like, oh no, I have a schedule. I want to keep to the schedule every Tuesday so people know it's like every Tuesday. That's pretty much it. I want to thank you guys again for the journey. I can't wait to announce what it is. I just hope I'm not getting like played. I still think in the back of my head, I'm like, I'm gonna walk in the door, but somebody's gonna pie me in the face. I'm gonna be like on a game show or something. I don't know. It's the way I think. Anyways, Inktober. It starts in 2 days. Do you guys have a prompt list you guys are following? Are you guys doing Inktober? Should we make our own prompt list? If we did make our own prompt list, I feel like we should have done it already. Should we do like a thing? I don't know. I want to do Inktober. I don't know if I would have time for Inktober, but at least like one every couple of days would be cool. I do like doing the Wild West, like, anamorphic characters that we did last time. That was pretty fun. I don't know. If you guys want to do Inktober, let me know. Please comment. If you guys have a good prompt, please comment. Let me know what we're doing. Also this month, well, starting in 2 days, the new Patreon sticker is going to be Pokemon themed, Halloween Pokemon themed. I'm making little mini sticker sheets. They're going to be like 4x4 sticker sheets, but they're going to have like a bunch of little mini Pokemon stickers on it. Cool idea. I know. You don't got to tell me. Anyways, shout out to the Patreons. Shout out to this comment. I like doing this. Shout out to this comment. I don't know what it says, but it's cool. Shout out to the Patreon. Shout out to you guys. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for commenting. Thank you guys for watching me yap for like 30. I don't even know. My timer says 15, but I'm pretty sure I've been talking for like 30 minutes. Hopefully I can chop it up. Happy Monday, National Coffee Day. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Follow me on Instagram if you're not. My Instagram's going down. I need it to go up. That's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. Also, my community tab, I posted a thumbnail poll. Tell me what your favorite thumbnail is, because I'm doing like a green one, a white one, an orange one, and then like a white and green one. I'm just trying different things. I want to know which one you guys think is more appealing, which one do you think is more clickable, and which one do you guys like most, because I like the minimal one, but I feel like it's not clickbaity enough. Like it's not clickable. I'm yapping. All right, see you guys next week. Thanks for watching. Peace out. Bye.